Roll camera. This is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe Gerba. Today I'll be going over Roll Camera and how it plays with 2 players. Now Roll Camera is a 1 to 4 player cooperative game where you'll be trying to make the best or one of the so bad it's good movies that you can. You'll be rolling dice, dice placing to do different actions, making new scenes, all while trying to stick to the script or not stick to the script if you want a really bad movie. And hopefully by the end, you're outside of the mediocre zone of your movie and you win the game. So let's see a little bit more how to play. So at the beginning of the game in Roll Camera, everybody's going to get a role. You may be the director, the producer, editor, which give you a little bit of different, couple different actions to put your dice and some nice little flavor at the bottom when you want. But essentially on your turn, you're going to be drawing a problem. This problem may be your crew stayed out too late or, the boom mics weren't working. Just a nice, funny problem, but it may hinder part of the board. Then you go on to the rolling of the dice. We're going to roll, most of the time, 6 dice. They have all different faces. And you're going to be placing these dice around the board. When you assign the dice, you get to do the action. You may be able to build part of the set. Shoot a scene, start shooting the scene, resolve a problem, just a whole bunch of dice action, dice placement on the board. Then you'll clear the dice, advance the schedule, and the next person goes. So essentially you have 2 different resources in the game. The schedule that'll slowly count down, and if that reaches 0, you lose the game. And also money. You have a money track on here and it slowly goes down or up, depending. And if that ever reaches 0, you also lose the game. So a lot of different lose conditions in this game. If the schedule or money go to 0, you lose. Or at the end of the game, if after, you look at your script, it's just not quite outside this mediocre zone, you also lose the game. But this game is essentially rolling your 6 dice, dice placement. You can reserve dice for the next player if you need to shoot some of these scenes, in a certain way. And the scenes are kind of a major part of the game. There's going to be a lot of different ones, but they need to have their dice placed on the set in like a certain pattern. So there's a lot to this game. There's playing ideas. This is kind of your hand management. Everybody's going to have 3 ideas, and when somebody does the production meeting, everybody proposes their idea, and just a lot of flavor text, a lot of things that go along, the actual action that goes along with it. Just a lot of fun with this game. So cooperative game, dice rolling, dice placement, working alongside, really hidden ideas, hand, just a big fun game. So see a little bit more what I thought about the game. The components in this game, I really, I enjoy the artwork. I like how the game looks on the table. It doesn't take up that much space. The components are just fantastic. Everything from the box opening, closing to this game trays, storage solution. Everything is just oozing in this game of theme. So the components really match a lot of the things. Even as far as the problems, when you do the problem, you resolve it, flip it upside down, and it just feels good to have that. Everything just looks great about this game. The rules, fairly straightforward. As you're reading the rule book, you can kind of see where it's going. And then as far as references go, man, there's a great reference just on the dial, and you need this dial to play the game and track all your resources. So on each person's turn, they know exactly the 5 actions that they're going to be doing on the turn. So just a great produced game, in my opinion. Let's talk about the setup and table size. Setup won't take you very long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes max. Table size, I think this can definitely be played on a 3x3. So let's go into the gameplay, and this is where I think it just oozes with theme. It's funny. I had a good time playing it. My wife didn't always understand why I was smiling the whole time. It's just funny. You start the game with a random script. You get a top of the script and you get a bottom of the script, and it makes a funny just script name. Like this one's called Incoming Memories, and at the end of the game, for each happy face and like scary portion for the incoming, you're going to get points on the script. And for each of the memories, for each of just the sentimental 3 that you have in the row over here at the end of your movie, you're also going to get some extra prestige. And it's fun to try to maximize that. You can change the script, you can change some of the storyboard and the scenes, all by doing the dice, playing ideas. Now, in a cooperative game, this isn't a predictable game, and to me, that's okay. There's a lot of cards. I'm drawing off the top of this deck. I don't know what my problems are going to be. I'm drawing off the top of this deck. I'm rolling dice. That's my randomness over here. What's going to come next on the storyboard? My set pieces. So if you don't really like the randomness in your cooperative games, if you aren't exactly as lighthearted, or you really want the crunchy game, this game is probably not for you. But it is for people who want just a fun, lighthearted cooperative game. 45 minutes where you're rolling dice, working with the other person, trying to maximize some good things, thinking, I have a good idea. And you put the dice down there, you play your idea. Well, then their idea is better, and you have to choose one to play now and maybe one to reserve. Just a fantastic, cooperative game that's thematic. But like I said, a lot of randomness in the game. You never know what's coming up in the ideas. A lot of these are good and you want to play them. The problems are not good. But as you resolve them, as you put 2 dice in them and resolve them, after you resolve 5 of them, you get something back. So it feels good. There's a lot of feel-good moments in this game when you're moving up, how good your movie is and try to get to the masterpiece. Or if you just want to abandon the script and try to get, just the lowest quality. It's just, to me, this game is oozing with the theme, the thematic, actions. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? You can really dig into it, and you can definitely tell that the creators put a lot of love and they have a lot of passion for the actual movie, just the movie production, everything like that. It's just to me, the gameplay really matches the theme, and the theme is a lot of fun with some randomness. I know I kind of rambled on a lot, so let's move on. So let's get to it. Is this game good for 2? And my one thing I love about this game is it has thematic mechanics. And I was talking to my buddies at Dads and Dice, and man, just knowing that you're putting stuff down that matches like the movie theme, and the director can do certain things that the actor can't, and the production designer can do stuff with the set that the other people can't. Just the thematic mechanics of, a production meeting and throwing out an idea, or building a new piece, or totally rehauling the script, midway through production, trying to stay on budget and on schedule while resolving problems and laying out your editing room storyboard. Thematic mechanics everywhere in this game. They give you an additional way to play to make the game harder with actual being production companies. There's a lot of different ways to play. You can make the game easier, harder, which I love in a cooperative game. This has got to be one of the best mechanics in a cooperative game that I think every game needs to have, is a selection of how easy or hard do you want the game to be. So on the back of this, it tells you your starting money and schedule. Every cooperative game that has difficulty levels, Spirit Island and of the sort, really elevates the game, and you can tailor it to where you want. If you want a game where you just win, make it a little bit easier. If you want a challenge and you and your buddy are sitting down, you're like, we're going to hammer this out. These are the really cool mechanics you want in a cooperative game. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. And with 2 players, you're throwing ideas around. You and the other person can throw a good idea out. You have to pick one together. You can leave dice on on the table, but your compatriot, your friend, isn't going to have as much dice to roll on their turn if you leave dice out there. Now they can pick dice up and re-roll it, but really nice. It's a balance of kind of playing each other's game in hands with the ideas, deciding, cooperating, but there's enough independent thought, a lot of choice in the game, thematic. I don't know. I didn't really expect this with this game. This isn't a game that I would just go out and pick, but man, am I glad that we did. I'm sorry, this may be the first, I don't know if this will be in my top 5 games of all time, but I really just don't have anything bad to say about this game. And that to me makes a great game. 2-player, highly cooperative, really enjoy. Don't know if I'd go over 2, can be kind of alpha gamery. Solo, I can see it being good. 2 players, perfect amount for me. So that's my review on Roll Camera. I'm sorry if you guys were looking for some negatives to hear, but for me, man, I just don't think I can see some. So hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time.